Family, once again, you are welcome back to Humanist TV Africa. We are providing you with the content that you need, that I need, that we all need. It's all about humanism. You know, humanism is the new-ish. It's what everybody is asking. It's what trends in town. So we name humanism, there shall see humanism. It's the new-ish. Subscribe to our channel, Humanist TV Africa. YouTube, Facebook. You can even write to us on humanist at proton.me, Humanist TV Africa at proton.me. Write to us. We need your suggestion. You can even join us on this program. You can even join us for discussion, for that special convo. It's all about Ghana, it's all about Africa, and it's all about this planet, Earth. We are all Earthling trying to survive. And it's what we know is together as one. Together as one. Today we have a very special person. This man loves the land so much that he has named himself the Ghana man. What? I'm also a Ghanaian. I'm also a Ghana man. This man calls himself the Ghana man, and he's doing a lot. He's taking the Ghanaian flag to places that we've all never been. So you're welcome to the studio, Ghana man. And Ghana man, I will introduce you. Introduce yourself, but I want to read something small about you, and you explain it further from the Ghana man, because it amazes me. You talk about systematic, patriotic reasoning. So Ghana man, for the start, for our audience, who is Ghana man? Ghana man cry on a why I acting din ukrum I could be a Ghana man on a why young Ghana man.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon to all our viewers, listening, followers, and friends. My name is Ghana man, the systematic universal patriotism campaigner. I am a humanist, an atheist, the brain behind the ant hill and pillow concept. So basically, Ghana man is the man that wears the red, gold, and green with the black star embodied in the gold, propagating the message of patriotism centered on humanity. So that's all about Ghana man.
Thank you, and that's too deep. But one man might ask, Ghana man, what is your real name? The name your parents gave you.
Okay. My real name is,
yes.
My real name is Nelson Yao. Abitty. Abiti. Huh.
Abiti.
Yes,
okay.
Please.
Okay. We've lost Ghana man. I think he will be back. He's so passionate about this campaign. I think Ghana man will definitely be back. But today we are talking about patriotism. Patriotism in Ghana and in Africa. It seems we've lost our sense of patriotism in this country. We usually ask ourselves, you see the Ghana, the it seems say no. What the Ghanaian is thinking, is thinking about himself. So beyond drain the coso, a buying car, a buying japadie, a buying enormous crana. It seems say we don't care. We don't give a hoot. We don't give a shit about what goes on in our public atmosphere. That sense of patriotism, because growing up, we grew up singing these national song. Yenara Assassini is quite sometimes me kind of way back in school, primary school, and to do this patriotic music, but it's no more. Say, even the politician now, or say he has the people on his heart, or see he wants to lead the people to a very good destination. Even the politicians are not patriotic anymore. It is the same. What will we do? But I think, sir, we can't build a nation on a foundation without patriotism. Never. No, every nation is built on the sweat, the toils of the blood of their ancestors. Every nation, if you go to America, the Americas, if you go to the United States of America, if we talk about America, we are talking about nation built on patriotism. If we talk about China today, China, Charlie, it will do a lot of benefit to us if we also globe trotting and see what happens in other countries, so that it will also rise our sense of patriotism in us. So China, they are so patriotic to the extent that have the love of the Chinese government at heart, or do China bino, do China minor, and Sakran and the family abba. And China akodru. Oko Russia, Russians domo mine or more domo mine first before said she say baby Russia could do. Sana all countries now drew pempenso akesi ni no. Now it was from the sense of patriotism. And Ghana, we've lost our patriotism. As Africans, we've lost our patriotism to being African. Now, say, if you tell people you are a Pan-Africanist crowd, people think say Pan-Africanism is we've watered it down to the extent that people doesn't even respect Pan-Africanism anymore. So I think Ghana man will join us for today's show. Ghana man, you're not joining, and then you need a break, because I was say a catcher Ghana for, was say a catcher, you know, say catcher mark the need, the love, say was say you did dot on my Ghana, you did dot Africa, because you're just that kind of passion, that kind of authority. I'm telling you, family, I'm telling you. So with patriotism at your heart, utimu say unria o man sika ummo man krono mbra o man ahihye no ubedi sa mbra no so patriotism wo edwa kuma so pa unka say we dey aban japade enti no obi enkopa bi nko efie so that sense of patriotism you bet share patriotism the boundary simple anything. You can say patriotic. I was so patriotic. Now, sebi o subcontinent. To say you a bibrim high ECOWAS. No, if I'm so patriotic to the welfare of Ghana, I was say me subcontinent to say ECOWAS. Now other West African countries, no, me jam my life more because I'm patriotic to Ghana. Say me a patriotic to Ghana. I was say the dream say benya one African government. You know, I was say. Me discard this dream no na me ye soul me ye soul on say me pay the welfare of Ghana solely at my heart or at my will, and I was say a dream and until na Humanist TV Africa this show we abre de catch us say show no e ma me sebi omoto ho enchira amanfo na say be kire akire boni bia na say bia ye be ye say for sika bra na de bi ye nye sa wo Humanist TV Africa ye nye sebi osofo na ye catch us say to abodo ogu nso na nim na da chi bi nsa beka ye be gina ye me na da ye pe wo kan ko me gidi say me ma me no be wiase no se wo hunu nyansan na wo kɔ wani ma me ma no be wiase abeto ni papa wo wiase enti na Humanist TV Africa ye de ye ho asi ho se ye be church because ye nima ignorance is more excuse obi the ignorance na sabi abeto tutuo na ye nyina ye wu enti na ye say there's a need for us to educate ourselves and enti na Humanist TV Africa ye wo ho no mo enti no on all our social media platforms no ubi there you show ni bi ahwe uko YouTuber Humanist TV Africa wo ho no mo me pa cho subscribe na share programs we so share ya share na afe na yaba but ejane so I want you to be part of that fire. I want you to be part of that fire until you know, oh dear, so what time you cry, yen sembi wo hona ye kind of when in ho cry na. Oh dear, share ma unia. Na unia no tia. Unia no tia yen come na. Unia no be church we say, look, these guys are for the best. Are for the want the best for Africa, want the best for Ghana, want the best for Uganda, want the best for Nigeria, want the best for everyone. We are all earthlings on this planet, and we want to reach a stage. It will be beneficial for all of us, not only me. I don't think that humanism, humanism, the nipa kanko. Now, as we are waiting for Ghana man to join us again, my main muna yenko patriotism no na menche ase because nipa will be than ase patriotism no say what be we ase no who say no. Human beings yet to mean nante individual or say ye kabom as communal people as societal mammals na ye shall say building your environment, ye shall say building your society na no na the need say humanism who here in all our corporate lifestyles in humanism is being embedded into humanism but the only different thing is say humanism the new humanist movement deliberate, conscious. We are aware of the environment we are living in. Anything actually that the new humanism, the modern humanism, they say it is being devoid of religion, it's being devoid of superstition, it's being devoid of tribalism, racial slurs, racial lines, being devoid of humanism we need a sense of patriotism too. If you are patriotic to your family, to your society, if you are patriotic to your country, if you are patriotic to the continent you are in, if you are patriotic to the planet, to the world you are living in, I think this world will be a better place for you and me. And see, and a Humanist TV Africa, Afre, Yenuya Ghana man, say Omra. Now the sense of patriotism now or do Ghana Hanmono. Ye dinner chi, ya share your answer, ye befra bahano, now you who say, yeah, oh, the pa at the mother cause of Ghana. It's to your dinner chair who's in your power, yeah. He's been traveling all over the world, just say, driving home the need of patriotism. In your patriotism, or Ghana Hanmo, I think it will extend to the larger populace of Africa. African United patriotism, I think the dream of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah said the unification of Africa. Yeah, back together as one country, a better possible. Me say it's a Ghana be ya. This say African United no so ayi. Inti say yeah build Ghana no na say build Africa as a whole. Within the Kwame Apiajei Danka, me wo Kumasi, Ghana. I am in Kumasi, Ghana, to be precise. And we will be bringing you these shows as we move forward. Now we are in the season of Christmas. Oko Europe, I think say winter no honoma omani abrepa Ghana for mo hon bibri ho chiro mo no ba Ghana so a peno ahyase o hwema no kra na yeah peno koire nim fire kakra. It's I was say you take good care of ourselves and our season we so no say hwe sika sem yi nya sa obadakom yeah obedantem bunya no afi na hyase. It's the need of patriotism in Ghana and Africa, as I'm telling you, or dotima or the woman oman a oman apo oman chrono nada oman for sabi o do woman a onkoto monampo o do woman a monam bi wo hokra onkoto what you say o do woman a nkwase ase bebri amanfo di no undi bi o be patriotic and normal eye good no and I be showcase about woman it's na ye kire say Humanist TV Africa tie Ghana man Ghana man national anthem or compose for the new Ghana man so air fresh from you the network article. I don't know. It's more live. I think Dennis, if you can give me a minute, then let me respond to Ghana man. I'll be back. Dennis, give me a minute. Ghana man back. Thank you. Yeah, hello. Wow. Yeah, our part of the world, there were challenges, your networks, so be great, Mon fan chebe. Yeah, mo fight. It's chebe Ghana man ebe join here, Ghana man ebe join here, stage, so said the HHMU about patriotism, and they say, oh, the will or pepper, say, oh, you're proud, say, Ebia, Ghana, case study. Oh, Pama Ghana, self Ghana do pempen so be because we are so yen nanom e brain no di omoja to ho ma ye na yeso abenya ne sisi no nti yen so yen nya bi kura no yeso wanya bibia ma wase ankobo no kro no enu nti no na yen so ye kanfo se wo so benya papa na wa make sure se wo di Ghana be so pempen so bi a na en sa level no na Ghana endie no we should be Ghana edu sam pempen so no aha nti ye kasa no eno ne patriotism no nti no panyimfo no they saw the need, say they will even incorporate it into our culture nti ne yanyum bebrebe a Ghana ye share national anthem and na patriotic music efrem amu mu compose ye nara ya sasini ya abodin de maye moja na nanum shegu yaretu yeah. My show ya Ghana for best streaming. It's quite some time. Didn't you be near can was saying can you very fluent or man also so no they say no Ghana heading will be a penny but the need say the retrospective na ya bra boom ne kwan ya fa so de on my way ekoso. And as early as say you do be call e be a daycare primary school to junior high and you don't for these patriotic upbringing mu said the be abenya odo papa de ama o my Ghana until there's the need but quite for some time who say nipa the zeal the passion the dog Ghana no eni ho the passion the dog Ghana no eni ho because obedo Ghana no ama politician bia be wi scanning no nkwan na busuafo akoche didi a dampo your spirit but it deals on you and I say it's sad spirit no sabe be biu yetimi ka say yetimi ka say ya peda yensa politicians ne fanko empanyimfo no nkodi esika yetimi ka say odo de yenya bi ma my way e say yes I koyechi na you revisit your first love and the do on my Ghana and it's the way eba as we are waiting for Ghana man there meka chew say mekoso aka chew say patriotism no enye Ghana nko or say extended to Africa. I know Dr. Kwame Nkrumah edwen hu no okay say the independence of Ghana is meaningless unless it is linked up with the total liberation of Africa. He is 100% right because Ghana ye na Africa ye ya Ghana intimi ye it is nyina ye nipa baako just say boundaries bia na emu ye borders no beyond the we are all one people. It's us, patriotic to Ghana, and we must also be patriotic to Africa as a whole. Ghana man is back in the building. Ghana man,
Hello,
Ghana man, you are back in the building.
Sorry,
me
too kapa phone. Me too kapa.
Yeah. Technology, it's do humble anytime, yeah. But with the power of technology. Yes, I see you. But say Ghana man, Chirame a day na a ma winya that sense of patriotic spirit na odi more Ghana but dey about him na I say be kono kwa no o catch them say we atheist we humanism we humanist.
Yeah.
Tell me your story through atheism and how you arrive at humanism. We are the patriotism at territory. Now you're cool.
Me da say na me di kan no your friend me Ghana man me systematic universal patriotism campaigner me bo on my ho do ehun dewro na me bo nipa ho so edo na say nipa enimdie aye humanity ehun dewro me shase ni nyina shase so started on 2015 3rd March 2015 na me dayeso I had a vision, a dream, and I saw the message of patriotism with the concept of the anthill and pilolo. Menyani wa dae so no na meti dae so na se ye. Esa se na menyini na menti ase so e wo soro kakra. Enti no dae na meso ye na mehu se oh se oman no solution a yehwehwe anase nkan kwa yehwehwe mo man no eho anu ye ni mwaye ni enti menya ne woda yeso no ase meti da yeso na se ye enti free sa time no 2015 ekopin sa bread ye eno na menya sa adwen ne se me de bo oman no ho dewro na ade sa ade echi nyina me bo dewro no na menti ase so no na emu doba enam da dewro bo na me hu se oh sa nyame na ye so mu no kra no nyame bi ni hobi sa na hu hia se ye bedo ye hu nipa esan se nipa enimu a nyansa enimu in the absence of humanity no everything is meaningless enti menya asanti ase we no na afi na ahondin na se me de body ro no na akenya bebre na before then na me ye kristoni na me ko asore ewo SDA laboni SDA na me yobi a me kanyame asem na mahu fama ewo nyame sem no mu no edoso bebre aso na me de adwuma me de ye enti se wo bisa me dia ende kwan a me fa so a me hye de robona ase no na nam da yeso mu na me si ase no me ka se na me hye me de robona ase no esan se na me ye gidini na me ye kristoni to me ka se nyankopon afre me ama me asem se me kan kire wiase na me bo de no be fie ba ko fie mi na me hu se anya nyame na afre me na emum da yeso no efri adwini mu ehom na da yeso efri na me ame pepa ene nhwehwemu ene adwene pa me wo no emu na ma adwene na so me daye na nyankopon bi na afre me enti me hyase ka se me na me ka se nyankopon afre me ba nyame na afre me na efri ma adwene pa ene nhwehwemu a na nka mepe esa se nyama ekoso wiase no na me so nyame de enti sa 3rd March 2015 no enu mu na me de kwa dayesu mu a minya the solution to the world enti se me san echire mu no it all started 2015 when I had a vision, a night vision. Before then I was a Christian. I've been a Christian all my life. I worship with Laboni SDA church. I was an evangelist and I had a vision on 3rd March 2015 and I saw the message of patriotism anthill pilolo to propagate this message. So it all started by a vision. And to be saying menuya infitasi I don't know daeso na nam daeso so
me dasi na me ade ketua wi kakra na yakoya nim fast o se na odo osundaye se opese uyi Ghana na abibirem free or how are you going because say wo odo ma o my Ghana but beginning no na odidi se nyame na asoma se ti se Moses se beji Israel for no free Misraim na ewu interaction ewuni nipa interaction ena ma wo hunu se dabi obia wo ni nyame ena se ma abahu se nyame bia ni ho ena se compare yes specific kwan a ofa so a through the love of Ghana obahu se nyame bia ni ho no se de be ye tiefo na mo hwe ye no mo hunu se bi enye because ko bi kra de ko be ka se wo pese ka Ghana for di wachimpo a na ka se ka se nyame asoma because Ghana for no yesuro fere omo aye omo say nyame aye de it aden na we so honest aden na we so true to yourself unim say even asema wo ken kra no nipa be mpo betan wo will unbelief you. And you know, at the end, happen year, ma cast a debby. The best is name of my yinya me free my brabum, na me kono or dom at the Ajagana free and quasumu. At the end, see it.
Yeah, thank you for that question. Because no time me can say nyame na frame no. In fact, I had a lot of followers even from the Christian perspective. Baby ana me ko asori elders, pastors, in sorry man na fofo bebre na eji asem no to mu. Na ekopim sata ma me start ka say nyankopon ne hono ma hwere nkrofo so bebre. But it is always good to be honest than say obedi ntro. Now the anya popularity, now the anya ho. Niema me hu se nyankopon bi enye nyankopon bi ene freme anase ese me yi nyankopon efiri makwa mu se me pese message no esteem pedia. I will say ade bi a wotu ho to wo se obeye no wo ye na wonya emu animdie na wonte ase no na etintim enti esan se na ade ne da makoma so na message no eye for humanity no ntino me benya nte ase bi se the message way ekoma nipa nyina de a osum eye nipa how kese ade ba ko ye nipa how kese eye osum. Religion is an impediment to the unification of the human race. Esan say wo say ye osum ahodo bebre ene wo wiase kremosum wo ho kristosum wo ho ye nananom de so wo ho hindu wo ho buddhism wo ho bebre e wo ho ena sa esum wesu na achiche nipemu ye nipa mu achiche enti se upese udi inkabum enfa ma adasaman ende ade ba ko betimi ama adasaman aka ne ho abomu no eye the concept of humanity me friend say humanity eye nipesu a yeye enti se udi nipesu su ede su ho a enfa ho ne osuma nipa no wom enfa ho ne nipa no adwene a ekura no se ye nipa nko ade se etimi gi ye ho atum se ye nipa eho na menya asanti ase na mo se and there's a message we are also who da ye betimi asipedia and the manipa nyina ehu se osum hu hia nyankopon hu hia emom sa nyankopon a kyerɛkyerɛ no enu mom enade entity ye de ato nipa ntemu a nipa ennim ye nim ye ka se o nyankopon hu nim de mu ka nipa bom da bi enu mom na atete ye ntem enti ese ma nipa eti ase se osum na ye de huahua ye ho no enu mom na ye haw enu nti na ye ntimi nka ye ho mbom enti se obi a okura nkabom ehu a message anase o preaching nkabom de se wotumi kasetia osum esan se osum na atete ye ntem. So all that I'm trying to say is that I came to this point of deciding not to or to let go of religion is when I'm getting deeper understanding of the message. And I got to realize that this message is a unification message. And religion is an impediment to the unification of the human race. When I got to this point of understanding, then I have to let go of religion. Yes, letting go of religion or of the concept of God, I have lost a lot of friends, good friends, of course, just because I'm saying there's no God or I don't follow the principle of God anymore. But my brother, it is good to be sincere and to be honest than to keep deceiving people, because in this world, the world have run on deception for quite a long time, and people are hiding behind religion to manipulate. And so for this unification message to go, people need to understand that we need to embrace our humanity. In the absence of humanity, everything is meaningless. And so that is the reason why I've come to this conclusion that, look, once we seek for the unification of the human race, it can never be achieved on the concept of of God. But through the concept of humanity, we can achieve the unification of the entire human race. Thank you very much. Medase.
Wow. Explanation, no, I agree with you 100%. Now, you see, young patriotism campaigner or done it. Man, say so, and then this young several years in a Martin year campaign. Say now, the person the catching us here. What is the concept of the anthill and the pillow? The concept of the anthill and the pillow.
The concept of the anthill, we all know anthill. That is a termite mold. Termite termites are little insect, little wingless insect that build the hills. And so the concept behind this hill is unity, teamwork, and determination towards national, continental, and universal advancement. It takes unity for the little termite to put themselves together to build such magnificent hills. It takes teamwork, working together to achieve a collective goal, and it takes determination. So the ant hill concept is about embedding these three values in the human society, that is unity, teamwork, and determination, to achieve the success of building our various nations, our various continents, and eventually building the universe. And so that's the ant-hill concept. Then the Pilolo concept has to do with searching, discovery, and adding value to whatever we discover, especially our raw materials. Pilolo is a Ghanaian sport, traditional sport. It is a hide and seek kind of game. And the concept behind that sport, or the concept, is searching, discovery, and adding value to the resources that we have. And this concept is to eradicate poverty. This concept is also to promote entrepreneurship. And this concept is to encourage research, because I think that we live in a continent where people find it difficult to research. And because we lack that sense of research, that is why a lot of our youths are traveling on the Mediterranean Sea in search of greener pastures elsewhere, and they are dying. People come out of school, they say there's no job. People are traveling from their villages to the city, and the city is choked. Whilst we have a lot of raw materials in these villages, whereby if the youth have the access to go into research, they would have discovered a lot of things, add value to them, and then make money out of it, and life become easy. And so the Pilolo concept is about searching, discovery, and adding value to the natural resources. Thank you.
Wow. That's amazing. And I love the way how you've translated it into our local, because Pilolo, when we were kids, we were playing all these games, Pilolo, and the ant 2 and the ant hill 2. We've been hearing stories about how the ants are the wisest end creatures on this planet. They harvest food in the dry season and spend it underground in the rainy season. So that's a very good concept. That's a very good concept. So
thank you.
What do you see about patriotism here in Ghana? Because you've been all over the place. You've been with prominent people. We think about patriotism, the act of patriotism here in Ghana.
My brother, the subject matter of patriotism compared to Ghana is very bad. A lot of people do not understand. Patriotism. People don't know what it actually means, and those who know do not know how to implement it. Or a lot of people too don't care about the subject matter of patriotism. So it is very, very bad, and the result is what we see around us. And so if you should ask me about patriotism compared to Ghana, I would tell you that.
Before you continue, because answer be a cause and an effect. Because now you partner Ghana na GTV inquire media, not your sense of patriotism. Just when I'm crying about the national anthem, you are supposed to stand there wherever maybe what Drubiano. And see at the end, I'm that sense of patriotism now. What Ghana for free.
Well, I think, sir, it has to do with leadership as well. The leaders have not created a conducive environment for the citizens to be proud of the country. And then also, because patriotism is not part of the curriculum, we've not learnt it, so we lack the knowledge of patriotism. It's also part. So I'll zero it down to these two reasons. One, the leaders have not created a conducive environment for citizens to be proud of this country. Because what does it mean to be a citizen? To be a citizen of a country means that you don't own yourself, the country owns you. And if the country owns you, the country have to create a conducive environment for the citizens. The country have to take good care of the citizens, and the citizens will, in return, will give back to the citizen, to the nation. But if that environment is not there, citizens are being treated anyhow. The system does not care whether you eat or not, whether you sleep in a comfortable place or not, whether you are suffering or not, the system does not care. Then the citizens will also not take pride of the nation. And so the leaders has a greater responsibility in making sure that the citizens understand what it means to be patriotic and for them to sacrifice for their nation. And then secondly, because the subject matter of patriotism is lacking, citizens are also ignorant of patriotism. That is the other cause. But let us also not forget, Mekanisana, I am not blaming our leaders, because I think they also lack that essence of patriotism, because it was not part of the education curriculum when they were also going through the same system, because it's the same system that brought us up. And so they also lack it. But then they have traveled, they've had opportunity to travel to other countries where they are so patriotic. So that is where I will hold them responsible, because they have had the opportunity to travel outside, and they know that it is the sense of patriotism that motivates our brothers out there to create a conducive environment for themselves. So why is it that when they return back to their continent, they are not able to implement or to encourage their citizens to be patriotic? That is where I will hold them responsible. If not, I will say, out of patriotic citizens, we produce patriotic leaders, and out of unpatriotic citizens, we produce unpatriotic leaders. And so we, by nature, we are unpatriotic to our nations, but we are very patriotic to religion. We are very patriotic to our various tribes. We are very patriotic to our political parties. We are very patriotic to our various ideologies. But when it comes to nation, what we call nation, to be patriotic to our nation, that is what we lack, not only in Ghana, but across board Africa. What we lack is the sense of patriotism.
Thank you very much. Which means I have to think about this. But unkomona would you know? I'm a Matthias say, because your leaders, are not patriotic themselves, and your leaders are. Your leaders are the mirror of our society. He said you're Ghana for it, and you're some painful nyana. So but your leaders know the many opportunity. Said the Akuko school, I call many out to coin, Akukwama on any other countries leaders. Ako Sheshia, how patriotic said your motier. It's a coward and cow kind send card or mobile man man come emulate and no man uncle Makosiano Nanka young famra or my room. But almost a Ghana Hana a new pana or new mobile agumano or munina also in your patriotic. It is so sad, crana at the or time be ebema abeto or ne or more on your agumano because obey a be a mint or say a dream dibi. And depending where you're near the remaining debut, any engine free. And to also say, you may get free why. And you're because I need to be memory, and yet Ghana Sika be boom, was one family Sambu. And to this say, I'm a Ghana, I am cycle car, your call IMF nearby or here, you were Japadia Bia, so you hear my young kind of crane.
Okay, if I baby no. Efa baby no nya okan no no kure. Efa baby so no enye no kure. Because bibie mu no me frɛ baby good sense of reasoning. Say obedwini adwene pa. Yewo popular saying bi eka say if you can't beat them, you join them. Enu wo ho. Sina say obi a wo adwene pa no Nneɛma bi wɔ hɔ a yɛyɛ ne tactfully. Nneɛma bebree wɔ hɔ a yɛyɛ ne tactfully. Yɛmfa gidigidi ɛmfa nyɛ. Nti sɛ woyɛ panyini na wobɛto system a system no yɛ yɛnkyɛn di bi na mendi bi. Na no nti sɛ wosuro sɛ wobɛsesa ɛsan sɛ wosesa a yɛbɛku a what do you do? We have umbrellas bi mu wɔ hɔ a sɛ ɔma umbrellas ni yɛ adwuma. Ebi ne sɛ NCC. NCC no ɛyɛ body bi a ɛyɛ purposely designed to educate citizens on things pertaining patriotism, on things pertaining citizenship. It is solely the responsibility of the NCC. It is a way to coin now baby now ba. Now who say patriotism na mo si omo man. How do? You come and equip NCC. So what I say, take hard measures are every man crofo at town. Just equip NCC. Just recruit nkrofo to say yenu mo ya to yedi ekra ne bibia bo afore say be adwuma na ewu no. My yenye adwuma ne ma. So what I say, ye ready say be call hinterlands no. Akọ bod de wuru no say look, ye here patriotism e de bu o man. It is a we equip well equipped NCC and a yen individuals na ye de ho bo afore say be adwuma na equip na ye adwuma na ye wie. But as said yen chendi no ankasa wo ya ankasa yemu ene mpanyefo nto okosua ba kura mfa anye adwuma because mine no e corrupt. And I'm be a mechanic say, you see, in the absence of patriotism, no selfishness rules the minds of the citizens. In the absence of patriotism, selfishness rules the minds of the citizens. And as I said, pesemin kuminya edidi o maimun penyimfo o maimun nipa no adwene no o ma hu kwan e ma ade pepe bia emfa anye adwuma all because of pesemin kuminya. So it is because of pesemin kuminya selfishness no onim ni obeye. And yes, I am paying for a name say NCC no a umbrella be say equip equip more. They know why they're not doing it because of selfishness. And selfishness also is because patriotism is missing. Now, patriotism missing there, what we see is selfishness. Anything America say a fan baby no me jitum say almost rose on me yes, they will get attacked. But a fan baby no a buapayo. As I say on my who don't know. Niho.
Medasi. We will be out no for pa. It's yatiase. Now, yan share another angle. So, you can patriotism, the boundaries, and they say, can I be more patriotic as a Ghanaian? Na me jai me immediate environment, the West African, to say ECOWAS. To me, it say, yeah, me Dogana for kwa na. Be Nigeria, because Nigeria, I made them in care, in mind, and I say, be a bag and an angel. And I say, patriotism, you know, a band, it's me, I am an asun, a big birim her Africa. Because the minimum say, Kwame Nkrumah say, the independence of Ghana is meaningless unless it is linked up with the total liberation of Africa. Not a patriotic Palma Ghana, but when we say Ghana, it's me, Abra. Africa, no, other part of our world, they will drag us with them. It's patriotism, our boundaries. Now, boundaries are NSA.
Okay, may I say, let me take the opportunity to define patriotism. Let me define patriotism first.
Yes.
Patriotism simply means love for one's country and the willingness to sacrifice for the country. But then I am broadening the definition of patriotism to mean having the knowledge of interdependency and practicing it for the sustainability of humanity. It goes beyond loving one's country. Patriotism is a universal language. It is a universal language in a sense that every nation on this planet Earth requires from their citizens to be patriotic. There is no nation on this earth that does not require from their citizens not to be patriotic. So patriotism is a universal language. It goes beyond loving one's country. That is why I am propagating a systematic universal patriotism campaign, which means that loving Ghana or me loving Ghana does not mean Ghana is more important than other nations. No. What it means is that as human beings, we can always be at a particular place at a particular time. You cannot be everywhere at the same time. So wherever you find yourself, be patriotic towards that geographical settlement. That's what patriotism means. Eventually, what are we doing? We are preparing the entire universe for ourselves, for humanity, so that at any given moment, when we migrate to any place, that place will be humane. That place will be conducive for human beings. So patriotism is a universal language. I am not wearing this Ghana red, gold, green to project that Ghana is more important than any country. No, Ghana is not important than any, but there is a saying that charity begins at home. So what I am calling for is that let's Ghanaians be patriotic towards Togo, let Beninese be patriotic towards Benin, let Nigerians be patriotic towards Nigeria. Eventually, what are we doing? We are building the entire continent of Africa, because I will not travel from this place to Togo that I'm going to revive the essence of patriotism. No, Togolese must work within their jurisdiction. Let Ghanaians work within their jurisdiction, but having humanity in mind, so that at any given moment, when I migrate to Togo, the environment is conducive for me. When Togolese migrate to Ghana, the environment is conducive for them. This is what patriotism is all about. It's patriotism, you know, a universal language. We are saying kasa. Baby, I will be no say you're Ghanaian. If you are a Ghanaian and you find yourself in Togo, please be patriotic to the Togo land. If you are a Ghanaian and you find yourself in Nigeria, be patriotic towards Nigeria, because that is where you find yourself at that moment. And as I am here now in Ghana, I need to be patriotic towards Ghana in making sure that Ghana is conducive for human to inhabit. But very unfortunately, bad guys has abused patriotism. Bad guys in the past have abused patriotism. So many people think that the moment you mention patriotism, a lot of people are quick to mention Hitler and co. Those guys who abuse patriotism to manipulate other nations. And I tell them, no, patriotism has nothing to do with Hitler. Patriotism has nothing to do with the things that the bad guys has used patriotism for. Patriotism simply means love your geographical settlement. Let others also love their geographical settlement. Eventually, we are building a beautiful universe, because the earth belongs to human beings. And we are at liberty to travel to any part of this earth. Once human beings are the ones occupying the place, we are at liberty to travel to anywhere. And so wherever we find ourselves, we have to be patriotic towards that geographical settlement. That's what it means to be patriotic. Patriotism does not mean that love Ghana and fight Togolese, love Ghana and fight Nigerians, or you think that Ghana is better than all the other nations. No, that's not patriotism. Patriotism is a universal language. Love for country. And that love for country is love for humanity, because it is human beings that make up a country. When human beings are there, then it becomes a country. In the absence of humanity, everything is meaningless. So as a matter of fact, love for country is love towards humanity. And when I got this understanding, that is when I rejected the concept of God. A group of people think that they are much better than my philosophies, or until you accept my religious ideologies, ideology to reject the concept of God, when I got the better understanding of the subject matter of patriotism. And I got to know that it is a universal language, but it goes beyond loving one's country. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So you explained, you define patriotism, and you even linked the patriotism to the whole world. So going forward, how can Ghanaians, how can Africans, how can we develop that sense of patriotism? How will we do it? We need solutions, and I think you have the solution. How will we do it?
My brother, it's very simple. I am suggesting what I call the nationwide patriotism campaign. Nationwide patriotism campaign, where we mount platforms and propagate and teach citizens about patriotism, the essence of patriotism in nation building, and let citizens understand what it means to be patriotic, actions that they need to take, what it means to be citizens of a particular nation. We need to take this knowledge to citizens, to the hinterlands, mount platform, just as we mount crusade platform, religious crusade platform, and we preach our various religious messages. We need to be realistic, mount platform in communities, mount platform in villages, radio stations, TVs, everywhere, and propagate the message of patriotism for citizens to understand what it means practically. How can we put patriotism into practical actions? Citizens need to know. Once we take the education to them, that is the only way. That is the only way. And that will also compel our leaders, because the leaders know that the citizens don't know. And so when they are even abusing them, they know they don't know. But once the citizens know and they understand what patriotism is all about, they will be able to hold their leaders responsible. They will be able to tell that, look, I did not vote for my leader to come and give me inspirational messages. I did not vote for my leader to come and give me motivational messages. I did not vote for my leader to come and be giving me 100 Ghana cedis, 20 cedis during election times. But I voted for that leader to create systems. Systems must be in place. Systems devoid of human faces. Systems that can address our challenges. This is the reason why you vote for a leader. But you see political leaders roaming, giving motivational messages. Why systems is not working? You see political leaders preaching. Whilst preaching is not their field. You see political leaders going around distributing cloth, soap, drinks, money. No, you did not vote for them to come and give you cloth, but to set up systems that will work, because others are advancing because they've been able to build the right system. Okay. Thank you very much, my brother.
Thank you very much. And I'm talking about taking education to the people and talking about leadership and politics. Whether you are political or apolitical, you are doing politics. So with someone like you who have this sense of patriotism, don't you think there's a need for you to go into politics? And if you have any political ambition, can you tell us something about it?
Thank you very much, my brother. As a matter of fact, what I am doing is politics, but not party politics. Because politics is about building a nation. So it's a clear politics. This is a genuine politics, but it is not party politics. So I am not interested in party politics, because for me, I don't care if NDC's MPP stay in power for forever. What I care about is that whoever is in government must do the right thing, because we all cannot be president at the same time. We all cannot be ministers at the same time. And in as much as the one that is coming is a Ghanaian, I have no problem. So I am not interested in party politics, but I'm interested in this genuine politics that seek the unification of the citizens, that seek the total liberation of the citizens, that seek the holistic advancement of the nation. That is the purest politics. Whilst they do their party politics, I am interested in this kind of politics that unite the citizens, because already the citizens are divided on political grounds. The citizens are divided on tribal grounds, and humanity is divided on the racist ground. And so now the world needs a unification message. The world needs a message that can put humanity together. A world needs a message that can bind humanity towards a universal advancement. That is why I am not going with the party politics. I am not going racist politics or tribal politics, but I'm going in for patriotism. I'm going in for humanity.
I'm playing an anthem, a new patriotic anthem composed by you. I'm supposed to believe this one was composed by you, because the words in there, the lyrics of this song is too much, and I think you can even sing along with it. So,
sure.
Patriotism is the only way that can propel us all. Patriotism is the only way that can propel
Is it playing?
us all.
Playing. Oh, I can't hear. Okay, I can't hear. Then let me sing it right from here.
Okay.
So it is patriotism is the only way that can propel us all. Patriotism is the only way that can propel us all to unite, to build, to defend our country. Let us put aside tribal, religious, political differences. Hold us in unity, devoid of selfishness, with love for one another, respecting each other with teamwork. Shout it loud, Africa, patriotism. Shout it loud, patriotism. So the song is saying that patriotism is the only way. Patriotism is the only way to unite us. So let us put aside our tribal differences, political differences, religious differences, and put aside selfishness and embrace patriotism. Shout it loud, Africa. The only solution for Africa is patriotism. There is no other way. It's for us to love ourselves, create a conducive environment for ourselves, put dignity on ourselves. Because if we cannot treat ourselves well, how do we expect others to treat us well? If we have no respect for ourselves, how do we expect others to respect us? If all we have decided to do is to live by the dictates of others, to use their used materials, how do we expect them to respect us? If we cannot brand ourselves, how do we expect others to respect us? Because there is a principle that says the first principle of life is self-preservation. The first principle of life is self-preservation. If you cannot preserve yourself, who else do you expect to preserve you? So patriotism to African means that as Africans, wherever you find yourself, patriotism should be key. Once we begin to place value on our own selves, once we begin to love ourselves, others will be compelled to follow.
Thank you very much, Ghana man. Thank you very much for this interview. We could go on and on and on. Love listening to you, the passion, how patriotic you are to our dear nation. And today we will draw the curtains here. This is how we will draw the curtains. But your last word, Ghana man, your last word before you go. And definitely, I think we will have you on going forward. We'll have you on the show again. So your last word. Ghana, you told us our leaders, some of them are not patriotic, but you want Ghanaians to be patriotic. What do you want us to do today as we are listening to you, so that you forge a common agenda around this patriotism you are talking about? What should we do today as a Ghanaian to let this patriotism in Ghana come into reality?
If I take Ghana into perspective, I will tell every Ghanaian that the reason for you not being patriotic should be the reason why you should rise up for your country and be patriotic. The time the time in which we are that we think that things are going bad, hence you think there is no need for you to be patriotic, it is the same moment that we have to rise up and embrace the subject matter of patriotism. And so what I want every Ghanaian to do is that be proud of this nation that we call Ghana. Be a responsible citizen in every aspect, in every area. Tell somebody about patriotism, especially the younger ones. Just mention the word patriotism, and to be able to understand and interpret it, that it simply means love for one's country. Let's embrace the subject matter of patriotism. And let's also be part of the campaign. Like I'm saying, very soon we are coming out with the nationwide patriotism crusade. Very soon we are going to knock on doors, institutions, government body, Ghana Man and his team, Portugal Foundation, we are coming. We expect Ghanaians to embrace this message so that we will build a very wonderful nation for ourselves. Let me take Africa into perspective. We've been talking about Pan-Africanism not today, and we are not achieving it. The reason being that we are not patriotic towards our continent. My brother, anytime you go to the airport, see the number of human resources that are traveling out of your country. And if this does not scare us, or we don't care about it, I don't know the kind of people that we are. Everything of ours is being exported, including the human resource. It's being taken away. Africa, for us to attain that Pan-Africanism, patriotism is key. Patriotism is the only way. So I expect every African listening to me at this moment, wherever you are, you Nigerian, Togolese, South African, wherever you are, patriotism is the key. So do the same thing that Ghana Man is doing in Ghana. If you are a Togolese listening to me, repeat the same campaign in Togo. Repeat the same campaign in Nigeria. Repeat the same campaign in Gabon. Repeat the same campaign in Mali. Eventually, we are building Africa. Let me take humanity global into perspective. You see, in the absence of humanity, everything is meaningless. We are interdependent beings living on an interdependent universe. None of the fragment of this universe is superior to the other, which means that we need ourselves as human beings. And the systematic universal patriotism is the only way that we can build a solid universe. So as humans, let's embrace our humanity over our ideologies. Let's embrace humanity over religious teachings. Let's embrace humanity over every philosophy. By so doing, we will be projecting, or we are heading towards the unification of our race. So patriotism is key and humanity is key. And I believe in our next conversation, I would love to talk about the subject matter of humanity, for people to understand what it means to be called human. A lot of people proud themselves as human beings, but they don't understand what it means to be called human. And for me, I say to be called human has to do with intelligence, has to do with good sense of reasoning. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you, Ghana Man. Thank you, man. Definitely, this conversation is gonna go on. But follow Ghana Man on social media, on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter, on all the social media platforms. Follow Ghana Man, and I bet you always be a patriotic person, patriotic to Ghana, patriotic to Africa, and patriotic to this world as a whole. This is Humanist TV Africa. The name is Comrade Apiajei Danka, live from Kumasi, live from Ghana. And I want you to follow us on all our social media platforms, on Facebook, on Twitter, and also on YouTube. It's Humanist TV Africa. Humanist TV Africa. Even if you want to be part of this program, you can email us on humanisttvafrica@proton.me. humanisttvafrica@proton.me. Be part of this convo. Let's help build Ghana. Let's help build Africa. Let's make this world a better place for all of us. Thank you very much, Ghana Man. And I'm loving your anthem. So as we go, Dennis will give us about 30 seconds to listen to Ghana Man's anthem once again.
Thank you, and bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Patriotism is the only way that can prepare us all. Patriotism is the only way that can prepare us all to unite, to build, to defend our country. Let us put aside tribal, religious, political differences, holding hands in unity, devoid of selfishness, with love for one another, respecting each other with each.
And this is where we draw the curtains. Thank you very much, Dennis. Goodbye to you all. Thank you very much.